What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the red color, playing as Poseidon. His name is 3antozz. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Ra. His name is SuperAfim. This is a best of 3 for the group stage of the Challengers League. These are two of the players who you're going to have to be keeping your eye on for players who potentially could be making it into Champions League Season 4 by having a very, very strong Challengers League and managing to make their way through the competition. So we'll see how things are going to go. SuperAfim obviously having an incredibly good series against Kavoth in the qualifiers. Unfortunately not making it through him, and 3antozz also having a really good series against Rappel in the qualifiers as well, also not making it through him either. But both players thus far have been having a relatively decent Challengers League thus far. So we'll see how things are going to go here. The map looks to be Painted Desert. And we do have Poseidon versus Ra. So no surprises here. Both players going in with their main god. And I do like to refer to 3antozz as the Egyptian killer. I do believe that 3antozz is one of the better Poseidon players to watch for those of you trying to work out how to win this matchup. I feel like 3antozz has got this down to a T. Obviously, he's not going to be winning every Ra game, but if you want to learn, his Poseidon is definitely one of the stronger Poseidons in this matchup. I'm really interested to see what SuperAfim is going to be going for in this matchup as well. I find this matchup incredibly difficult to play as Ra, especially on maps like Painted Desert, back town centers like this that don't help you secure a gold mine as well. The back town center is also giving a lot of the map control over to the Poseidon player, and all the other things that happen there. So we'll have to wait and see how it's all going to go. But definitely keep your eyes out for some little cheeky tactics that 3antozz, the Poseidon player, is going to be doing, and maybe also some cheeky tactics that we can learn from SuperAfim here in this game. If we take a look over here, relics on the map, we do have the Canopic Jar of Imseti, extra infantry training time here for 3antozz to pick up. And also in the top corner of the map, we do have the monkey head. That's a great relic there for the monkey for the Ra player, actually, to help defend in the early game and also put some pressure onto some sneaky villagers walking around the map trying to get some sneaky side builds up. And we do also see that SuperAfim, in a weird way here, he's decided to move on to a secondary hunt when he's got 1,1200 food. Was it 1,200 food at the start? I believe so, with the extra zebra in his main base. This isn't something that I recommend. Considering the Pharaoh gives an extra 25% gather rate, and that's 10% more than a priest, I recommend putting all of your villagers onto a 1 hunt spot in the early game if you can afford it. So if you've got 1,000 food plus, 900 food plus in your starting base as Ra, I recommend putting all of your villagers, all your food villagers, onto the food in order to maximize the gains that you get out of your Pharaoh. But obviously, SuperAfim will be able to eat all of this hunt before getting pushed off. 3antozz here does not opt for the early hero, which personally I'm a big fan of. It allows you to get the earlier second town center, which means an earlier third town center, gives you a little bit more extra resources in the bank because your villagers come out a little bit faster, and all the other good stuff that comes from that. And we'll see how things are going to go. As the Katoskabot's going to be checking out on this town center. Seeing the map here, I'd be surprised to see SuperAfim go for any other town center other than this one, as SuperAfim has got himself 7 villagers on the gold mine here. Does he have pickaxe? No pickaxe. So I'm not actually sure SuperAfim's going to have quite the gold here to get this town center up perfectly, as the villagers are going to be sitting in position waiting to drop this down as the deer do finish up there as well. So these SuperAfim villagers, there we go. He does hit that next stage and he doesn't quite have the gold, but going to be getting it down now anyways. Not really that bad. As we do see Hippolyta coming out for Antozz. Antozz just about to move over to his own back town center as the army all moving across. Going to be checking out this town center, but as always, unless you advance quite fast, it's going to be relatively impossible to stop this town center from getting up, especially a back town center as far as it is here. So Antozz comes in with his center, sees the Wadjet, sees the priest, sees the pharaoh, excuse me, and the town center is up, and SuperAfim gets that through, no problems. Do we see any of the upgrades coming through for SuperAfim? Not just yet. Tries to kill this zebra, but kills it in literally the worst position, as villagers going to start coming out over here as SuperAfim has to move back to his home base. He doesn't move the goats over onto this town center to give him something there, but we'll see how this is all going to go. As I wouldn't be surprised to see Antozz here actually, simply put, just go for a third town center straight away. Drop this one, grab this third one. It's honestly the standard play against the 2 town center Ra. Really, really strong. All you got to do is basically you just got to make sure you're sitting above the income of 2 town centers in terms of food, which is 800 food. Plus, sorry, not 800, 8 villages, plus add 1 or 2 to make sure you can go up to the next 100 food, then put villagers onto gold and wood, get yourself up to the resources you need. We are seeing the stables coming down and archery ranges coming down very, very early here for Antozz. So we might have a different idea for us here. He does see the exposed gold mines here. He sees the gold over here. So potentially here, the idea which Antozz is having is second gold mine. What if I go for a 2 town center all in onto this gold mine? That's what he's thinking here as the villagers drawing up a barracks over there. We see Plow, we see Shadoof coming through for SuperAfim as he's ready to start spamming those farms up. Plenty of gold in the bank to throw those up, no problems there. So the house is coming in to just defend here. We see an armory coming up as well. This is a very, very strange lumber camp, but it's there nonetheless. As we see walls coming through here, villagers happily eating the elephant in the middle of the map there as the units starting to come through for Antozz. He is floating a little bit of wood here. He's having a little bit of a problem with getting out his villagers on time and on budget, as his villagers taking a while to start on the elephant there. Probably could have delayed his production just a little bit to make sure his stuff is coming in. Nice house placement here, blocking up this location there as more walls are coming down. One thing that I would be almost certain to see here from Antozz is he'll send a villager through here to drop a stable down. He knows this is the gold mine which SuperAfim is going to be going for, but just to prevent this gold from ever getting grabbed, just start throwing stables down. He can also send villagers forward to drop stables down on this gold mine as well, to remove the defender's advantage away from SuperAfim. As SuperAfim has dropped his farms down, his armory is coming up. He can make some spearmen here as well, but opting not to, just going for a very, very calm early game there. As the villagers for Antozz grabbing this extra gold mine. I am surprised here that Antozz hasn't gone for a third town center. He's gone for Toxodi as well. If we take a look at what Antozz has actually seen, he doesn't know that there's a barracks here. So honestly, this is a really, really surprising start for me, for Antozz. I don't expect to see this coming out from him very often. Oftentimes, I expect to see Antozz just going for mass Hippocon here and nothing else, but he's spread out across the map, checking everything out, making sure the town centers aren't going up, making sure nothing too cheeky is coming through to stop him or to hurt him here in this game. As we do see the Hathor now coming through for SuperAfim. Not that late considering he threw down a barracks, but not that clean either. Generally speaking, you're looking for an 8:30 advance time or a 9-minute advance time. Though SuperAfim here, 8 farms, 15 farms. And if you're hitting a 9:30, you're kind of looking at more like 20 farms, if you ask me. But that's not quite what's happened here either, as the Toxodi's starting to roam forward. Checking out this location as well. More units coming through for Antozz to boot, as he's happily eating all the food on this position. Another thing I'm a little bit surprised about, which, I mean, obviously he wants the Hippolyta on the front for now, is he's not left, I mean, maybe he wants the Hippolyta here, but he's not left that Hippolyta in a position that's going to be able to easily track the rock that comes out. And Antozz he may find that he's going to get hit kind of hard here by an early locust. As the army for Antozz is in position, SuperAfim cannot take these fights just yet, as he's retreating away straight away. We do see the Migdol stronghold going to get thrown up on this position as the rock now flying over here. Antozz sees that. Does get one shot off, but doesn't manage to hit that one there as the Migdol stronghold going to come up on this position. He can utilize those Toxotes to immediately target down the Pharaoh, and he might even be able to stop this Migdol in its tracks as we see a shifting sands get thrown in and ceasefire gets dropped down by Antozz as that Migdol stronghold is going to sit at 690 HP for quite some time here. Another barracks or a market going to get thrown down there actually for SuperAfim as we see more military buildings are up. We do see the stable is up. A market getting thrown down in the corner immediately for SuperAfim. But as I said, this is something that Antozz does really nicely. We do see the barracks coming down on this position as the villagers are going to happily start eating this, mining this gold mine out. Not eating the gold mine, but eating it. They could be. SuperAfim here also could use this opportunity to get himself Skin of the Rhino to really help defend this this position. Does he have two monuments or just the one monument here? Looks like it's just one monument, and he's going for a second town center here, it seems. Or no, he's going up for this gold mine, but there's already the buildings up on here. SuperAfim's not going to be happy about that one bit, but we'll see if Antozz can push through here and win this. He's getting himself medium archers, medium cavalry as well. There's no villagers close to this Migdol stronghold as now they move in. I told a lie. They're moving in. The Pharaoh gets pulled. Going to try and finish this one off as the unit's pushing in. Medium cavalry will pop. Medium archers also pops as well as he's going to start putting crazy amounts of pressure onto this gold mine here. And this is all what is culminating from Antozz's choice to stay one town center is this specific timing here. You can see that SuperAfim is sitting at 110 population. He's got the resources. He just could not spend them. Mercenary cavalry coming out here to try and defend this position as well. The heroes pushing in do manage to take down both of those Wadgets on the back. The Toxotes getting some good damage done onto the spearmen here. The Hippolyta able to probably start taking down the Patsukos in the back there. But it seems like SuperAfim has held for the time being as the Migdol stronghold there is able to get some good damage done. As the units decide to turn around, snipe that rock down, prevent any sort of rock raids from happening in this game for quite some time. Obviously, you can build the rock again for 150 gold, 15 favor, but it's not exactly a useful unit at this point, as now Antozz going to get pushed back. Is he still building Toxotes? Yes, he is. He's throwing more archery ranges down, more stables down. So we do see the settlement coming up on this position. The priest here not really doing all too much. Just some Hippocon going to be coming in to get some raids onto that position. SuperAfim is held for the time being. Antozz has done some good damage thus far, but SuperAfim is about to be 3 town centers. Antozz, on the other hand, is sitting 120 of 130 population, doesn't quite have the production. As we also see some slingers coming in as Antozz needs to micro this nicely, keep out of position of those slingers as SuperAfim is actually microing those decently enough as the Patsukos does get taken down. The unit's getting pushed back. We do see the raid coming in onto this position here as the town center getting closer and closer to getting finished off here as one villager goes down, one priest goes down. Can he stop this by simply targeting the town center down? Answer, not just yet, as the town center goes up. And SuperAfim is now 3 town centers in a decent position with 61 villagers. Antozz has got a decent villager advantage here. He's getting himself copper shields, but still he's only on 2 town centers. He's got full control of the middle of the map. He might play for a second gold mine here, a second gold mine starve, which will probably be hitting at around the heroic age that Antozz can hit here. And we'll see how things are going to go as Antozz continues to break through here. The spearmen of SuperAfim, still no upgrades on them. And imagine if this was just mass medium Hippocon here instead of these Arcus. Not Arcus, Toxotes. If you had mass medium Hippocon here with even just having upgrade of copper mail here, he would easily be able to win this army. This army would be not possible to fight here. The Toxotes are doing a decent job. As for some reason here, SuperAfim is retreating away. I feel like he could just send those villagers forward to fight, as Antozz would have to retreat back, but not able to do so just yet. Antozz now moving in to try and grab these elephant here in the middle of the map. And now the Hippocon getting cleaned up as well. Walls all set up for Antozz. This is something he does really well. He's completely set up, even trying to put the walls up on the outside there. Walls over here as well. Unfortunately, Antozz doesn't click that correctly, and the villager is grabbing a wood line there. Sometimes that is a weird bug that happens when you place your walls down and the villagers accidentally start chopping down a tree instead of building the wall. Like, don't ask me why. It's just what happens. I can't explain it. Maybe I can. I don't know. So now, SuperAfim, 3 town centers in a decent position. Antozz, however, going to the heroic age. The big question is, at what point in this game does Ra actually find his stride here? And the answer generally is when your town center, your third town center, is close to your opponent's third town center, and you can start spamming mercenary at it. But in this game, there is no third town center that is close to an enemy third town center. So mercenary here are just not going to cut it for SuperAfim. Mercenary here, massing a trade route and going for mass mercenary here is just not going to cut it. So SuperAfim's going to have to figure out a different way here. Is he starting a trade route? Yes, he is. He's making those camel caravan to help out. We will be seeing Spirited Charge coming through for Antozz as he's having to retreat back ever so slightly. The Hippolyta here getting sniped down. All of those Antozz units here getting pushed back. 110 of 145 population. Still decent economy here for Antozz. He's also got himself Shaft Mine to boot here. So he's completely fine here in this game as the Toxoid is trying to get a little bit of shoot and scoot micro going on. Just look at all the military buildings that are here for Antozz. This is how you know a good Greek player. A good Greek player who knows how to boom understands that all of this wood here just goes into military buildings, and you're just going to be able to support everything. As we see an immediate curse getting dropped down. SuperAfim is on 130 population. He can't continue to take this fight. He's going to have to retreat back. He does get himself out of Patsukos. The village is going to try and grab this gold mine here as the gold is starting to expire. I mean, SuperAfim has got 7 camel caravans. By the time this gold mine expires, he could probably have a trade route of plenty camel caravans. We see some more military buildings coming up here for Antozz. I wouldn't mind seeing a barracks getting thrown down here to make some Hypaspist as well. Wouldn't be a bad idea. As Antozz is full population now in this location. Quarry coming through here for Antozz as well as he's trying to break through onto this position. The priests are out to deal with that free Nemean lion as well. As Antozz, he just hasn't got his upgrades just yet, so he's not quite trading as efficiently as he should be in the heroic age. As the villagers pushing through here, we do see the Hippolyta coming back in, going to start immediately taking down that Patsukos there. As we also see Atlanta coming in, and that's going to put a stop to any of the shenanigans coming through. Atlanta is also a really, really strong hero at distracting Chariot Archer fire. You can just run back and forth with that Atlanta hero to cause a lot of problems. As you do see the villagers getting sniped down here as well, as these side builds have been put a stop to for the time being. But again, Antozz can just keep on throwing units forward onto that position to cause some problems. As Antozz still breaking through here, still hasn't quite got the resources to get himself like heavy upgrades. All of these military buildings are producing to push through. Mercenary cavalry starting to come out as SuperAfim's economy with the extra 11 camel caravans. He hasn't started empowering it yet. Probably worth it to empower it when you're around about 10 camel caravans. Obviously 20 camel caravans if you're not empowering it and making it a big mistake, as Migdol Stronghold is coming through onto this position. Antozz now has the resources to start getting himself some upgrades here. SuperAfim has found himself in one of those really, really weak positions where he doesn't quite have the production to support his economy here, as the Migdol Stronghold will get stopped in its tracks there. He's sitting at 126 and 160 population, very low on the economy. Doesn't have the upgrades. We see heavy cavalry coming through as a fortress coming in onto this position. Lots of population over here for SuperAfim, not really being utilized to the best of his ability here as the Toxotes able to snipe down some villages here. SuperAfim still doesn't have himself access to Skin of the Rhino, which is a really, really big mistake there, as the Locust does get put down onto this position to try and delay that fortress even longer. Heavy archers also coming through for Antozz. He's got so much economy here in this game, and this is what makes Poseidon so strong in this matchup. It's just the fact that Ra just cannot keep up with the economy here at this point. in the game. And in this point, SuperAfim does decide to tap out. GG, well played by 3antozz. He just keeps on putting that pressure on, keeping any sort of power spikes from SuperAfim to come through. SuperAfim here, he's got himself his upgrades. He's got himself Shaft Mine. He is missing Irrigation, which is a big upgrade he's missing. But the big thing that was forced out here by 3antozz, which I absolutely love, is the ceasefire. He caught the Migdol Stronghold. And then the ceasefire to prevent that Migdol Stronghold from coming out, forcing out a whole bunch of those weak medium spearmen. And the point here is that SuperAfim just never got himself any upgrades. So he's fighting here with copper shields and medium spearmen, chariot archers with no upgrades against these Hippocon, which have got copper shields, copper weapons, spirited charge, heavy cavalry. SuperAfim just is not getting those upgrades. He's spending those upgrades on, or spending those resources on camel caravans and things like that, making mercenary cavalry, which are going to die and they're not that useful. And he's just not getting himself into a strong position here to kind of take these fights. And 3antozz is able to get the easy, well, not the easy dub. He worked for it. Get the dub in this game. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.